Sanjay, you're a prince. I don't know where you get your patience. I really don't. A remarkable display of calm and patience there. Thank you so much for that.
Our chief medical correspondent, Dr. Sanjay Gupta, sat down for a 3-hour one-on-one with controversial podcast host Joe Rogan last night. Rogan remains a vaccine skeptic despite having caught COVID-19 himself. Let's listen to part of this.
So would you now, with what you know now, and having had COVID, would you have wished that you had been vaccinated beforehand?
But I got.
You almost got vaccinated.
Yeah, but I explained all that.
You got through it.
But I got through COVID.
Yeah,
pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So that was my thought was, I'm a healthy person. I exercise constantly. I'm always taking vitamins. I take care of myself. I felt like I was going to be okay, and that was true. It was correct. I'm happy. I got through it. I don't wish it upon anyone. It wasn't fun, but it wasn't the worst cold I've ever had, and I got over it fairly quickly, relatively speaking.
I think that, and again, I am truly glad about that. I'm not, all kidding aside, I don't think anybody wishes you. Everyone wants you to be well and healthy. But I think the question is just in terms of the nuance of this. It's not a strategy to recommend people get infected.
I'm not recommending anybody get infected.
So they should get vaccinated.
I think a lot of people should get vaccinated.
You're talking,
I think
a lot of vulnerable people.
Yeah.
If you just said vulnerable people,
yeah,
that'd be a lot
older
of people.
people, fat people, I think a lot of those folks. My real concern is this urge to vaccinate children. And I don't know what kind of data we have on the long-term effects of this.
All right, with us now, Sanjay. Sanjay, first off, I'm so glad you did this because there's so many people who can listen to the sense that you make. Tell us why you thought this was so important.
Yeah, I think that's part of it. I think the media landscape's pretty segmented, as we know, and I think there's a lot of people who listen on CNN who are accepting and hearing these messages and understanding the science. But I wanted to go to a place where there was clearly, he has a big audience, and as you mentioned, he's been a skeptic of the vaccines. I listened to his podcast. I thought there could be some common ground there, and decided, to lean into the nuance for 3 hours, which, by the way, is a long time to talk to anybody.
But don't you think that a lie like that is dangerous on a news network when you know that they know they're lying? You know that they know that I took medicine, like, here it is. This is ivermectin.
You got
this
it with
right
you.
Here. Somebody gave it to me.
All right, hang on. The thing is, we're like going so fast. Like I feel like I'm missing.
Do you think that's a problem, that your news network lies?
Well, I don't.
Dude.
What did they say?
They lied
What did
and
they
said
say?
I was taking horse dewormer. First of all, it was prescribed to me by a doctor.
Yeah.
Along
they
with
shouldn't have said
a
it was
bunch of other medications.
If you got a human pill, because there were people that were taking it, the veterinary medication, and you're not, obviously. You got it from a doctor, so that it shouldn't be called that. Ivermectin can be a very effective medication for parasitic disease. And as you say, it's probably, I think, 250 million people have taken it around the world?
More,
I get that.
Way more.
So,
way more. Billions of people have taken it.
Can I just come back to the one I want to talk about? Two things on
you
the ledger.
You have, before we get to that, does it bother you that the news network you work for out and out lied, just outright lied about me taking horse dewormer?
They shouldn't have said that.
Why did they do that?
I don't know.
You didn't ask? You didn't think that was you're the medical guy over there.
I didn't ask. I should have asked before coming on your podcast.
But they did it with such glee.
No,
yes,
Joe.
They did. I watched.
Sanjay, you're a prince. I don't know where you get your patience. I really don't. A remarkable display of calm and patience there. Thank you so much for that.
This is the data. We know with the vaccine now from the clinical trials and real world data, some 6 billion shots being given out around the world, that it is a safe and effective vaccine. So infection over vaccination should never be the message. No, people should not go out there and willingly get infected in pursuit of, this natural immunity. That's a terrible strategy. I think Joe understood that, although near the end of the podcast, he was advocating that I go get COVID. So, still to this point, I'm not sure if he was joking. I think he was joking, but that is a terrible strategy, obviously.
It doesn't really matter if he's joking, does it? If the millions of people listening to him don't know if he's joking at that point. Sanjay, you're a prince. I don't know where you get your patience. I really don't. A remarkable display of calm and patience there. Thank you so much for that.
But my point is, you're working for a news organization. If they're lying about a comedian taking horse medication, what are they telling us about Russia? What are they telling us about Syria? Do you understand that that's why people get concerned about the veracity of the news?
Sanjay, you're a prince. I don't know where you get your patience. I really don't. A remarkable display of calm and patience there. Thank you so much for that.